Hello, my friends. I hope that you're having the most amazing day today. I wanted to pop on here today. I just got finished a clearing session with somebody, and it's a type of clear that I did that I haven't really came on here and talked about much, but I feel like, even for me personally, it's been something that I'm going to be doing with myself. So I feel like it will be beneficial for me to come on here and share with you what this type of clearing is. So it's an emotional clearing session. They are private sessions. We can't really do them in the group setting. We could, but they're quite long sessions. This one was just over 2 hours because they're quite in depth and quite deep. So they're relationship clearing. So one thing I would love to explain when it comes to energy and emotions and humans and how we operate kind of as a collective, is that we are connected to the people around us. And oftentimes things will come up, triggers will come up, different projections will come up that we have that we lay over top of, say, a person that we're close with. When in reality, it's distorted from our past experiences. And so an example of this would be, and this is just a random example, of, say, a person and their partner. Okay. So there may be stuff that's coming up around the partner that's triggering you. However, that's actually overlaid from past experiences, say, for example, with your father, or from past boyfriends or past relationships you've had, that is being painted and brought to your awareness from that person that is close to you now, when in reality the wounds actually were from the past, but these protective mechanisms come up within us to protect ourselves so that happened in our past doesn't happen again in our future. Humans are incredible the way that we operate, but sometimes it can hold us back, and so what we do in this type of clearing is we clear the energetic lines, so the chakras. So we start at the crown and we clear both giving and receiving from, say, me to my partner. And then you go through the themes of what these things bring up within us. And it's always incredible what comes up, because it has nothing to do with the person that's actually in front of us, the person we care about, that's in our life for a reason. And it has to do with past trauma, past hurts, past things that have happened to us when we were young. And then we carry that with us into our present moment, which affects our relationships moving forward. And so these clearings are great for, say, parents, for children, for our partners, for siblings, for coworkers, anywhere where you feel like there's a disconnection and you're curious to explore those underlying energies, underlying emotions that are impacting and distorting your perception of the person that's actually there in front of you. And they're very awakening. They can sometimes be confronting. And that's the same thing with all emotional clearing sessions. You really have to be okay with taking a look at your role in the creation of the dynamics. Emotional clearing is not for everybody, because you really have to be open. You have to be open to seeing how you are contributing to the situation that is unfolding. And sometimes we just aren't ready to quite look at our role. It's easier to blame or shame something outside of ourselves as a protection mechanism to keep ourselves feeling in integrity. I want to say, I don't know if that's the right word, but we aren't quite ready to look at our faults yet, or our shadows. And so it's easier to point a finger at something outside of us as the problem. Right? So these are powerful sessions. So if you're feeling like you are having stuff come up in your relationships, and you are ready and you're wanting to take a look at some of the deeper underlying emotional roots from your past that are keeping you stuck replaying these relationship patterns, definitely book a session, either with myself, with June, or Kilana. It would be a 90-minute session you would want to do, because like I said, sometimes they can go up to 2 hours, and sometimes even over 2 hours. It all depends on what comes up. That's one thing with our practitioners. It's not like a doctor's office or traditional medical care where you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. We're actually removing our 45-minute sessions, because for the depth of work that we do, it's just not possible in that time. We really can't do the clearing that we want to do in that time. So we're no longer offering the 45-minute sessions. So they are the 90-minute sessions. So same thing for the moon ceremonies, the group emotional clearings, or the private sessions. Always leave extra outside of your appointment time, just so that you have that spaciousness in your day, so that nothing's rushed and it can really like flow and open up. And it's incredible what clears in one session and how that impacts your relationships outside of that session. Every time I do these sessions, every time I do them on myself and also on clients, it blows me away with how much we hold inside of ourselves and how this little universe plays and is directly correlated to the outside universe that we can see outside in our physical world, and people and animals and plants and just the energy around us. So it's really cool. So that sounds like it resonates with you. You feel like you want to book that. Send us a message. Let us know that you want to book a relationship clearing, and then we can help you to get that booked. But sending you lots of love. Being human is complex. It's wild. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's all of the things. And I really am a firm believer that when we can honor and embrace both polarities, the shadow and the light, and continue doing this work as we continue to move through life, then life can be so juicy and amazing. So keep being you. You rock. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.